So we are here in the Elkmont section of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. This is south of Townsend, Tennessee. And this is the area that's known as Daisytown. Back in the early 1900s, a logging company started selling parcels of land to some of the rich and wealthy socialites from Knoxville to create a nice little hunting and fishing community for the elites. And all of these cabins were built around 1910, 1915 or so. And when the national park actually bought the land, everybody that had a cabin was given a lease. The last one expired sometime in the early 2000s, and these have sat empty and vacant for about 20 years. That's why this is also known as the Elkmont Ghost Town. Originally, they were going to be torn down so that the park could be returned to its natural, undisturbed beauty. However, it was later decided that these are kind of historic buildings and part of the park. So private efforts were made to actually restore these cabins. As you can see, here's some being restored. They've got the cones around them. But you can go inside almost all of them. They've only got 2 or 3 that are still under renovations. But they're restoring these to how they were. So there's no electricity, no appliances, and these basically look how they would have back in the 1920s. It's a really neat area to go in and explore. So we're going to do that for a bit. As you can see, there's no kitchen appliances. The food would have been heated up, cooked on the fireplaces, or possibly even outside over an open flame. They did have running water, though. As you can see in this bathroom, there's a shower and a sink. There's also a toilet in there, but I can't really get it in because the windows are fogged up because of the humidity. And you can tour these cabins, but you cannot go in the bathrooms because they don't want people actually trying to use them. So they are locked off with windows. So you can see them, but you can't go any further. Probably not a bad call. A little further south of Daisytown, we have an area that used to be called Millionaires Row, back when this property was built up. And there's the Spence cabin, which is probably the most historic cabin in this entire area. Unfortunately, as you can see by the sign, this was being used as a private function when we were there. So, I couldn't go any further. I couldn't tour the Spence cabin. There is a beautiful patio behind it that kind of overlooks the river. That's just an absolutely tranquil and peaceful place to be. But unfortunately, we could not get there this time around. I did, however, hang a left before the cabin and go through the woods, just so I could get a view of the river, because it is absolutely beautiful and breathtaking, even if I'm not standing on the patio. Also, just south of the Daisytown parking lot is a short little trail that takes you over a bridge and up to a little cemetery. You could also take the James Creek Trail if you want. We did not do it today. It was raining, so we decided to skip it and just kind of head up to the cemetery. I'm not a huge cemetery kind of guy, but I've got to be honest, this is one of the most serene and peaceful places I've been. We've actually come up here a few times, and it's just, they put cemeteries on some of the nicest parcels of land, and this is definitely one of them. I could, if I had to, I could spend eternity here without a whole lot of complaining. I really love this sign out front of the cemetery. Please respect our place of rest. We are on our way to heaven. We're looking for you. A little ominous. I don't think it's what they meant, but yikes. One thing that's unique to this cemetery that I've only seen a few other places is the use of footstones. We're all familiar with headstones, we know what those are. You've got your name, your date of birth, your date of death. But the cemetery seems to have a lot of footstones down where the feet would be that simply read mother and father. And it's unique, you don't really see that a whole lot.